In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college football games happening on October 11th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Florida versus Texas A&M. The Florida Gators and Texas A&M Aggies will clash on Saturday in a pivotal college football matchup at Kyle Field. Texas A&M enters this contest as one of the most well-rounded programs in the nation, pairing a capable offense with a relentless quarterback-hunting defense. The current line feels justified. Still, Florida may be more competitive than its record suggests, having shown flashes of strong play, including outplaying LSU on the road. The Gators bring a disciplined defensive effort and a quarterback who can make things happen when he protects the football. Historically, Florida performs well when cast as the underdog, covering in 7 of its last 10 opportunities in that role, and cashing in 9 of its last 16 when getting 7 or more points. Texas A&M, by contrast, has struggled to reward bettors as heavy favorites, going just 2-8 against the spread in its last 10 games when favored by a touchdown or more. Defensively, both teams have been stout over the past 2 weeks. Texas A&M's front has imposed its will, while Florida continues to rely heavily on its defense to keep games close. Running lanes should be scarce on both sides, as neither team has allowed opponents to move the ball effectively on the ground. Florida's offense may find it difficult to generate momentum either rushing or passing, and their recent trends support a lower-scoring game. The under has cashed in 8 of Florida's last 9 contests, and this matchup projects to follow that same pattern. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Georgia versus Auburn. The Georgia Bulldogs bounced back into the win column last week with a commanding 35-14 victory over Kentucky, responding well after a narrow 24-21 home loss to Alabama. Now, Georgia hits the road for just the second time this season, traveling to Jordan-Hare Stadium to face the Auburn Tigers. In their only prior road game, the Bulldogs allowed 496 yards to Tennessee and committed 2 turnovers, nearly letting that one slip away if not for Tennessee's missed potential game-winning field goal. Auburn enters this matchup 0-2 in Southeastern Conference play, though both defeats came by single digits, losing by 7 at Oklahoma and 6 at Texas A&M. The Tigers return home after a bye week, a situational edge Georgia doesn't share. Unfortunately for Auburn, that edge may not be enough. Their offense lacks the balance needed to threaten an elite defense. While effective on early downs and efficient in the ground game, things collapse when quarterback Jackson Arnold is forced to throw. Auburn ranks 131st nationally in passing downs predicted points added and 116th in predicted points added per pass. On top of that, the Tigers are one of the most penalized teams in the nation, sitting at 129th in penalties per game, a glaring contrast to Georgia's disciplined mark of 31st. Georgia's run defense has been nothing short of elite. The Bulldogs rank 5th nationally in predicted points added per rush, 7th in rushing success rate, and 10th in limiting explosive runs outside garbage time. They've allowed Football Bowl subdivision opponents just 2.7 yards per carry and 82 rushing yards per game, surrendering only 7 runs of 10 or more yards all season, second best nationally. If Arnold continues to falter through the air, Auburn will be in deep trouble. Despite having a talented receiving core, he's produced 4 turnover-worthy plays against power conference opponents and has yet to record a PFF passing grade above 60 in any of those outings. That doesn't bode well against a defense this dominant. Auburn's offense has been stuck in neutral for weeks, and a home crowd won't fix their deeper issues. Georgia has been steady and efficient, and while it hasn't always dominated against the spread, this line feels fair. The Bulldogs have won 9 of the last 10 meetings with Auburn, covering 7 of them. The Tigers haven't defeated Georgia since November 2017. Given how poorly Auburn has performed offensively in back-to-back games, it's hard to make a case for them here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Georgia Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams prefer to play methodically rather than at breakneck speed. Georgia ranks 88th and Auburn 69th nationally in seconds per play against Football Bowl subdivision opponents. Neither offense is particularly explosive either, with Georgia sitting 61st in plays of 20-plus yards and Auburn all the way down at 118th. Arnold's inability to generate big passing plays limits Auburn's offensive ceiling, and that plays directly into Georgia's defensive strength. Meanwhile, Georgia's offense is built around its ground game, ranking 22nd nationally in rush rate outside of garbage time. Given the slow tempo and run-heavy tendencies on both sides, this game projects as a defensive battle with a continuously running clock and few fireworks. Auburn's offensive inefficiency will make it even harder for the total to go over. Expect a low-scoring contest dominated by Georgia's control of tempo. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. USC versus Michigan. The Michigan Wolverines travel west to face the USC Trojans on Saturday at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in a high-profile college football showdown. USC enters with plenty of attention, and understandably so. Playing at home with one of the nation's most explosive offenses has earned the Trojans heavy public backing. Still, the value may lie on the opposite sideline. Michigan is the more complete and battle-tested team, boasting quality wins and a defense that consistently delivers. USC's secondary has struggled all year, and that opens the door for Michigan's young quarterback, Underwood, to capitalize through the air. With the Wolverines catching points despite their stronger overall profile, this shapes up as an advantageous spot for the road team. As our first pick for this matchup, the Michigan Wolverines to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Offensively, Michigan operates efficiently but conservatively, completing just 59.2% of passes while leaning on running back Justice Haynes to dictate pace and control possession. USC's defense, while inconsistent, has been tough in key areas, allowing scores on only half of opponents' red zone trips and ranking inside the top 25 in early down defensive efficiency. On the flip side, Michigan's front seven has been elite, holding opponents to just 4.3 yards per play and a mere 6 touchdowns all season. Both teams favor long, deliberate drives and avoid excessive risk-taking, which limits explosive plays and keeps the clock moving. That combination points toward a slower, grinded-out contest that stays below the posted total. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas versus Texas Tech. Two Big 12 rivals square off in Texas on Saturday afternoon as the Kansas Jayhawks visit the number 9 Texas Tech Red Raiders in a high-stakes conference clash. Kansas has taken major strides this season, showing real offensive growth and stability at quarterback. Still, it's tough to pass up a Texas Tech team that's firing on all cylinders and steadily building its playoff resume. The Red Raiders have covered 9 of their last 11 games as double-digit favorites and continue to look dominant across every phase. Kansas's defense remains vulnerable, which is dangerous against an offense as explosive and versatile as Texas Tech's. The Jayhawks deserve credit for their offensive production, but both of their losses came against the most potent attacks they've faced, and Texas Tech fits that mold perfectly. True, the Red Raiders' schedule has included some easier matchups, but a road victory over Utah proved they can handle stiffer competition. Back home in Lubbock, they're well positioned to deliver another strong performance. This play has more to do with trusting the Red Raiders' overall form and trajectory than fading Kansas. As our first pick for this matchup, the Texas Tech Red Raiders to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Despite both teams being known for their offensive firepower, defense could quietly dictate this matchup. Kansas has leaned toward the under this season, going 4-2 overall and splitting their 2 road games, going over in a loss to Missouri but under in last week's win over UCF. Texas Tech has stayed under in 3 of 5 contests, even while ranking second nationally in scoring offense. The key has been their defense, which has held opponents to 14 points or fewer in every game so far. Kansas might finally challenge that mark, but the Red Raiders' defensive consistency should keep the total from getting too high. Expect a fast-paced but controlled battle that lands below the posted number. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. South Carolina versus LSU. Both South Carolina and LSU returned from a bye week to square off in Death Valley, with the Tigers aiming to rebound after dropping their first game of the season to Ole Miss. While LSU's rushing output hasn't been eye-catching, ranking 117th nationally in yards per game, the efficiency numbers tell a different story. The Tigers sit 56th in expected points added per rush, well ahead of South Carolina, which ranks 99th in that metric and a dismal 132nd in rushing success rate. LSU's defense remains among the elite, and it's difficult to envision South Carolina consistently moving the ball against this unit. Quarterback Lenoris Sellers provides the Gamecocks with mobility, but when he's forced to throw, the matchup heavily favors LSU. The Tigers rank 16th in expected points added per dropback and 20th in overall defensive efficiency versus the pass. Pro Football Focus grades LSU's secondary 16th in coverage, underscoring its reliability on the back end. The difference in disruption between the two teams is striking. LSU ranks 28th nationally in havoc created, while South Carolina sits at 117th in havoc allowed, meaning the Gamecocks are prone to pressure and mistakes. As our first pick for this matchup, the LSU Tigers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Offensively, LSU has been underwhelming this season. Against Football Bowl subdivision opponents, the Tigers are averaging only 19.8 points per game, ranking 103rd nationally. Injuries have also taken a toll, with running back Caden Durham and wide receiver Aaron Anderson both listed on the injury report. Meanwhile, South Carolina's defense is trending up, having just held Kentucky to 13 points, the third time in 5 games the Gamecocks have kept an opponent under 14. Still, this will be a steep challenge for South Carolina's offense. Facing an LSU defense that thrives at home and has had extra time to prepare is a tall order. Recent betting trends also favor a lower scoring game. The under has hit in 5 of the last 7 South Carolina contests, and in 4 of LSU's previous 5. With both defenses capable and offensive efficiency in question, this matchup sets up for a grinder that stays below the total. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.